Welcome to this portion of our training on Word 2007. The title of this chapter is An Introduction. When you open a Word 2007 document, the only thing that will be familiar for you will be the blank page that you're going to be working on. The top of the screen has changed. And before, in previous versions, they used to have menus, and now they have this thing called the ribbon. I'm going to take you on a little tour of the ribbon and show you your way around. Over here on the top left corner, we have a thing called the Office button. And you'll notice when I put my cursor over this Office button, that's called a hover or a mouse over. When I did a hover or mouse over the Office button, it gives me a little clue as to what the item is and what are the functions that this item might perform for me. So if I click on the Office button, you notice I get some familiar commands. These are commands that you would have activated had you used the File menu in different versions of Word before this. So if you come down here, you get New. You come down here, you click on this, you open up a dialog box, and you can go find a document that you've used before. One of the nice things is that if you come down here to Save As, for example, and you see that there's a little arrow or a triangle, and the arrow is pointing over to the right. Anytime you see one of these little arrows, it's pointing in the direction where an additional menu or a pop-up menu is going to show up. Now, we don't really need to worry about what these things are right now. We'll cover those at a later time. But this little arrow shows you that there's a lot more information available to you if you would like. So let me click off this for a minute. And you notice on the right-hand side in the second column, right, in this Office button menu, is I have recent documents. Now, the recent documents in previous versions of Word are at the bottom of this menu. And this just makes them, I think, a little easier to find. So let me click off this and we'll go to the next part. The most important part, in my opinion, of this entire ribbon is up here. And that is these tiny little icons. And they couldn't have made this thing any harder to see. And these icons up here are part of the Quick Access Toolbar. The Quick Access Toolbar allows you to have access to certain commands all the time. And we're going to see why that might be an issue in a moment. But if you want to add an icon up here, what you do is you come over here to this little arrow and you'll notice that it's a pull down menu and it's the Customize Quick Access Toolbar menu, and I'm going to click on it and it allows me to add a couple of icons here if I would like. But what I'm going to do is go way down here to More Commands and click on that. And you'll notice now that I have access to just about any command that's available in the software, and I can put it on top right there on the Quick Access Toolbar. Now let me just say that I wanted to be able to put Insert Picture from File, because I do a lot of graphics. What I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll click on the icon and highlight the Insert Picture from File command. I'll come over here and click on the Add button. And you notice that that icon and its description got transferred over here to the right side, which is the Customize Quick Access Toolbar menu. If I go down to the bottom and click on OK, you'll notice that way up here at the top at the Quick Access Toolbar, I now have my Insert Picture from File icon right up here for me to use. You'll notice that the ribbon here, which used to be menus, is now separated up into tabs. So here I have the Home tab, and I'm going to use that as an example of the different tabs. So the Home tab, when it's activated, actually has the tab highlighted. If I went to Insert, you could tell that that is active because the Insert tab is highlighted. When I go to Home, you'll see that I have different options available. And what they've done is taking the most commonly used commands for one of these tab items and group them or put them into sections. So here I have the Clipboard section, and Format Painter and Paste, Cut and Copy are available here. Now if you don't find the command that you need, look for some hints. Over here under Paste is one of those little triangles or arrows, and is pointing down. If I click on that, it gives me some more options. Here I have either paste or paste special. The only reason that these are available to me now is because I have an item on the clipboard from a previous piece of work. If I come up here to copy or cut, you'll notice that I don't have these options available, and that kind of makes sense. I don't have any text highlighted that I want to cut or copy. So I'm going to come down here and let me just put in a little text that I would like to use. And if I highlight that now, I'll come up here and you notice that my copy and cut commands are available now that I have an item that I can actually copy or cut. If I come over here to the font section of group, this is something you're very familiar with. All right, I'm going to change the font, then maybe the size, and you can do the bold and italics and all that other formatting that's you're pretty commonly used in the past. One of the nice things about Word 2007 is that it gives me the option to preview an effect before I select it. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to skip paragraph and go right over here to styles. And in styles, I'm going to go over here and go to heading number 1. And you notice that I get to preview Town Common in heading number 1, and it's changed the look. If I go to here to heading number 2, it's changed the look again. And I'm going to come over here and click on title. And now I've set up title as my format. A very common problem is when somebody is trying to use a tab or a command from a group on an item and those commands or even the group are not available. The most common reason for that happening is that you have a different type of item selected. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and I'm going to come up here to my quick access toolbar and I'm going to go insert picture from file. Now don't worry about doing that right now. We're not going to be doing graphics now. We'll be doing graphics in a little while, but I just want to show you a common problem. So I'm going to click on this, and I have a little picture here of the Town Common, the dance gazebo, all right? And you'll notice that if I have this highlighted, you can tell because there are handles all the way around. So now that this picture is highlighted, you notice that the Format tab is highlighted. And I can, if I want to, I can mouse over these different picture styles and pick one that I like. And I'm going to go here with a little oval here, the ellipse, I like that a lot. Okay. But now what's going to happen is if you try to then access a command or a tab or a section for Town Common, they're not available to you. So I'm going to come up here and go to Home, but what I need to do is in order to use these for the Town Common, I got to select the Town Common text. And now all of my options are available to me.